Hello, 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 hello. La 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 la. So I'm just connecting all the other devices that I'll be on so that anyone that follows me from a different place, YouTube, Facebook, we could all be connected. Hello. Cool. So we're good to go. And hey, Eddie. So I'll just give it another minute or two for everyone to kind of gather. And I'm doing these moon meditations online now so that it's winter here in New York. So, you could kind of get the yumminess straight from your home, which is nice. And without feeling like you have to go too far. And it's really that simple to kind of just create a space in your home or in your heart for you to take time out to reflect on where you're at in your life. Hello, relax on cloud nine. So yeah, I haven't been on YouTube in a little bit and a Facebook Live in some time. So I thought this is a perfect time to kind of like get back into the swing of things. So what you'll need for today is really just a quiet place for you to reflect, something to sit on. If you have a journal and pen, I would bring that. We're going to do a little bit of journaling. Since this is the last full moon of 2019, it's kind of a big deal, but I feel like every month it feels like that. It's like it's a full moon, it's a new moon, it's a huge deal, and it is. I think it's always exciting when how consistent nature is in the way of her gifts of the sun rising and the sun setting and the moon rising and the moon falling. And yeah, just really appreciate her. So let's get started, and we'll be working with some cards later at the end. So I'll let that be for now. And everyone could just find a nice comfortable seat. And for those that are watching this a little bit later on in the lot, if you're not watching live, you're watching it down the road, maybe months later, welcome. It's all relevant whenever you join us. So find that comfortable seat and we'll just start to connect with our breath. Exhale through the mouth. Just follow that breathing in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. And then allow your chin to drop and just roll out your neck side to side. Maybe take full circles with the head. And then move the shoulders around and the torso. And just get your body stretched out a little bit so that we can sit a little bit longer for meditation. Good, breathe in and out. Twist it out. Good. Switch your legs maybe, and then find that comfortable seat and begin to close the eyes. And the full moon tonight, it's going to be 9:12 p.m. So is when the moon will go exactly full to 100% illumination. And the moon is in Gemini, which is a movable sign. So there's a lot of movement, and Gemini is a air sign. So with this moon, there could be some scatteredness or being pulled in different directions. There's also this sense of freedom. Time to speak from your heart and speak from truth of what you want, how you want your life to look, what you would like to bring into your life, and maybe some of what you would like to release. Okay, take a big breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Allow yourself to arrive here with no expectations, no obligations, just a moment to be. Gently take a big breath in. Exhale. One more like that. Breathe it in. Exhale. And then when you're ready, Take 3 big ohms all together. Breathe in. And then we'll sing together wherever you are. Little mantra, Hare Krishna. So some of you may have heard of this song. So it goes, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So you can just listen and feel the music. Try and open your voice and the throat and sing. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Take a big breath in, clear it out. Allow yourself to continue in your meditation. Maybe reflect on how you're feeling inside, anything shifting, concern, how do you feel from before to now. Relax your face and your shoulders and continue to stay in that peaceful state. And allow your entire body to become soft, with ease. Just taking a moment to reflect on how far you've come, how much you've accomplished in the past year. How hard some times may have been. Remembering the fun, maybe the laughter in the past year. Maybe remember the pain and the sadness or heartache. And just invite it all into the space. And give yourself a moment of love and praise. You're continuing to show up wherever you are on your journey, continuing to show up at work, within your family, for yourself, for those that are counting on you. And start to breathe a little bit deeper in. Feel the breath circulating within your body. Become a little bit more aware of what's happening on the inside of you, where the breath is flowing when you breathe in, where it goes when you breathe out. There is no right or wrong here. It's just experiencing, exploring. Allow the mouth to open, releasing the jaw. Allow your face to soften. And clench your teeth. And allow a wave of softness to come over your entire body. And let's start to journey a little more inside of yourself. The part of you you may not always be listening to. Part of you that might react as instinctual, your intuition. And there's the dense part of us in the physical body here, right now, meditating. But then there's this being inside of us that wants our love and attention. You can call this part of you your inner child, or the core of your being, your soul. And how is this part of you doing? How is this part of you feeling? What might he or she be doing? Maybe a vision or part of you has come up. Maybe something hasn't even arrived. And that's okay too. Take a moment to think back of a time when you were maybe 5 or 6 years old. And if that's too far back, maybe just go to 10. And what were some of the things that made you really happy? Is it playing at the park, coloring, dancing, running? And let this part of you play to enjoy the simplicity of being a child. And in this current moment, how do you think your inner child feels in your life right now? Is he or she happy? Maybe sad or lonely? Maybe looking for someone to come and support you, to love you? Just to let that emotion or feeling arise. There is no right or wrong or judgment of what comes up, just acknowledgement and reflecting. Take a big breath in, clear it out of the mouth. What is one thing you can offer the part of you that's longing for your attention, your inner being, inner child? What is it that you can give to him or her right now? Allow yourself to come back to your breath. Continue following the story that might be arising and playing out. And then gently place your hand on your low belly. Just feel this connection to yourself. And remind yourself that you have your own back, that you are the protector and supporter of your inner child. And sometimes the external world can get really loud, so we forget to tune back in, to check back in, and see how we're doing. Take your right hand to your heart, one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. Just relax the elbows and soften where you can. Then make a promise to yourself that you will be there for you no matter what. who will be there for you in this physical plane, this physical form, but also you will be there for the part of you that is sometimes in the background, sometimes a little bit more subtle or quiet. And that part of you wants to be held, wants to be listened to. So we make a promise here to follow what it is that you want, what it is that lights your soul up, lights your life up, what makes you smile. And there's no need to worry about the chatter around you, the endless amount of opinions, distractions, things pulling you to the left, to the right. What is it that you want? How do you want to feel moving through your life? Living your days out? What does that look like to you? And how does that feel? Take a big breath in, clear it out. You could keep your hands where they are, gently rest them in your lap. And then these next few moments, start to begin your sentences with this conversation with yourself, with I thank you for. Maybe just choose one or two things that you thank yourself for. They keep rolling on through, let them roll through. What do you thank yourself for? And then I forgive myself for. So I forgive you for. I love you for. And the love doesn't even have to come with a because or with a for. You can just repeat to yourself, I love you, I love you, I love you. Put your name in there and recognize that we might be craving that love and support from those around us. But are you giving yourself that love and support that you're looking around for? I love you, I love you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. I accept you, I accept you, I accept you. Repeating to yourself, I love you, I love you, I love you. And really meaning it here as much as you can. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. Big breath in, exhale. We'll just take a few minutes of silence, letting the meditation kind of close with some quietness. And the mind might take you to a few places, and that's okay. If you feel yourself holding on a little bit more or gripping, see if you could come back to your breath and remind yourself where you are and what you're doing. And enjoy the next few moments quietly. allow yourself to gently come back to your breath, staying in that peaceful state. When you're ready, open your eyes. Maybe your legs are asleep. You gotta move your body around a little bit. And we'll start to get into our journaling portion. And, and we'll come back to some of the questions that we asked during the meditation, or little prompts. So in your journal, we'll kind of just let yourself like free flow, free write. And we'll start with I thank you for. Maybe skip like 5 lines or 10 lines and write I forgive you for. And we'll start with those two and just let it flow off the top of your head, even if it's something so small or minor. What do you appreciate that you've done for yourself or where you're at in your life? And then when you're ready, you'll do the next prompt would be I love you for, and really acknowledging all that you've done for yourself and appreciation that you have for you. And then since it's a full moon, it's a really good time to kind of look back on, and this is like the last full moon of 2019. So it's a good time to kind of look at what are the things that are kind of holding you back, or what are the ways that you talk to yourself that you're limiting yourself from showing up more freely, more in your power, more authentically you. What are ways that you're kind of limiting yourself? So the next prompt will be I dissolve dot dot dot. And then maybe just list like three to five things that you dissolve or that you're letting go of, and just let them float off the top of your head. Self sabotaging, negative self-talk kind of things, or whatever's weighing you down. And then when we let things go or let things kind of dissolve, we always want to, so there's like this emptiness, so we want to fill it in with some goodness. So a moment to invite in what you want to bring into your life, or what you want to bring forth that may already be there, but or we're forgetting about. And this could be for the next month, or if you want to go bigger, you could do like short term and long term, and really whatever your heart desires here. So I invite in dot dot dot. I don't know what happened to one of the connections on something, but it should be pretty good. So, where were we? So what we'll do is we'll come back to, I'm gonna come back to, you can finish up writing, and I'm just gonna pull a few cards. I have this really cool deck. It's called Archetype Deck by Kim Kranz. And she's a really cool artist, and a lot of these cards and vision and artwork kind of came to her through meditating as she's practicing and when she was surfing, and it was really cool to listen to her story, and it's such a cool deck. So I'm gonna pick 3 cards from it, and then I'll read from the book I have. And archetypes are universal, so you can go a little bit deeper with these and look some stuff up on your own and do your own research. So as I pull the cards, kind of just let whatever comes up for you come up, and that's kind of how I let cards work. Just let whatever is coming to the surface. When you see the card, you hear the card, you hear the meaning. Okay. So the first one is the crone. See that? So it's like a crone is a bird, I guess. But there's a bird and a hand and some sort of medallion on there. Ooh, a flame. And I forgot to look at my phone on this one. So the crone, the flame, and the desert. Yes. Love this one. This one I pulled the other day. So good, the desert. Okay. So I'll start reading them. The crone, the witch, the old woman, the sage. The crone has seen it all. Nothing frightens or surprises her. She is the final manifestation in the feminine trifecta of Maiden Mother Crone. So those are other archetypes in the book. In her long life, she's witnessed endless cycles of death, sex, failure, rebirth, conflict, and regeneration, giving her the ability to rise above the world of duality. She laughs at notions of good or bad, right or wrong, as she has seen the earth churning, smoldering, taking life and giving life. The crone energy accepts everything in, devouring beauty and suffering with the same mouth, using their energy to reveal hidden secrets and knowledge. Her energy resides in all of us, though it is feared by most for its power and unconventional relationship with death and the macabre. Awakening the crone is dangerously rich and unapologetically magic. So there's a light and a darkness to these cards. So when light, magic, you are magic, clairvoyant, psychic, intuitive, and wise. Almost like out of balance and in balance. You can look at the light and dark. When dark, vindictive, bitter, isolated, ostracized. The crone has a difficult time tolerating superficial, petty, day-to-day musings. She moves away from such relationships and seeks a deeper path, even if this means a more solitary life. So true for so many of us seekers on the path, and realizing that sometimes it's just easier to, or not, maybe not easier, but to take your own road and to walk your own way, because at least you're like free. The crone is the master of letting go and residing in what is. She rejects nothing. The crone is often seen with the crow, smoke, night, and the moon. The witchy things. Cool. So the next one is the flame. I've never seen this. I've never pulled this one yet, so this is exciting. So the flame, the fire, the spark, the glimmer. In Sanskrit, the word for fire is Agni. The ancient yogis saw this flame at the center of the abdomen and believed it to be responsible for our vitality. When it is lit, we are connected to our purpose and sense that life is a sacred gift. It is said that those who cannot see the sacred around them have let their inner flame go out. Think of this card as a call to reignite that fire, to cup your hands gently around those things you've forgotten and protect the flame, no matter how harshly the winds around you blow. It could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick. It is likely that the poet, the mystic, or the shaman would call to you with the language of the flame. This kind of reminds you of like how we talked about the inner child and like acknowledging that part of you. So here it says it could be an inner archetype that begs you to light its wick, like that's begging for your attention to start the fire, to start the process on this journey of healing and living and loving and crying and laughing and all those things. The archetypal fire is at the beginning of all transformation, purification, and manifestation. Nearly every spiritual lineage honors the flame. To enliven the connection with this archetypal energy, practice the candle gazing technique called Tritaka. Notice how lighting a single candle in any space brings magic to the room and creates a sense of reverence. So when you're light or when you're in balance, this card relates to health, mental clarity, and good digestion. When dark, there's excess heat and anger, like pitta, and then complete darkness. Like there is no fire, like there is no light. And then we have the desert. This is a good one. Okay. The drought, the wasteland, the badlands. The desert leaves us disoriented, desperate for direction, grasping for meaning, longing for solid ground. For endless miles, we are confronted with a lack of clarity and existential dread. We are thirsty, hungry, pleading with life to get back to normal, to become animated by the simple pleasantries of day-to-day life. The desert offers no such comfort, and all must pass through it. If you can embrace the discomfort of the desert, knowing you will someday reach water again, you can tap into the potent energy of the landscape. Its lights are blindingly bright, and its darks terrifyingly deep, which makes for unbridled creativity and clairvoyant visions. Truths reside in the desert that otherwise remain hidden. The crows, the shadows, and the coyotes' call surround you. Let the winds and the sands work their deep magic, weary traveler. When in the throes of the desert, contemplate the following. You are not alone. You have more supplies with you than you think. Water is very near. The desert is alive and pulsing with energy despite its desolate appearance. Turn toward it rather than away from it. So this card is it's like a one of those signs when you're having that day when you're like that panic day and you're like I think I have to switch everything up and completely go the opposite way because you're like starting to doubt things and instead of running from it, it's like turn towards the darkness and when you're in the darkness you can actually start to see, like when you let your eyes adjust to the darkness and trust that there will be water on the other side, that there will be something to keep you going. So when this card is light, when you're in balance, some words to reflect on is surreal, strange, unexpected visions, silence. When dark, drying, deadening, disorienting, and isolating. And this is The Wild Unknown by Kim Krantz. So feel free to make any notes on those. That was the crone, the desert, and the flame. And we'll just come back to a seated position before we close up. And if you're just kind of coming on now, the replay will be available as soon as we're done, and you can kind of pick up where you left off. But let's just come back to that seat that we started our meditation in and just like shimmy it out and breathe it away and just maybe shake out the hands a little bit and come back to that quiet place we were in earlier. let's just take a moment to Om together. Even though we might feel separate, we're all together taking this class. And if you're watching at a later date, and let's take a round of rums. So instead of ohms, we'll do rum, which is the seed sound for the third chakra. And that's where that fire lives, the Agni lives. So let's light the flame of God, of Ram. Take a big breath in. Exhale. And just continuously say Ram. Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Bringing your hands to your heart, maybe your forehead. Taking a moment to acknowledge yourself, thank yourself, love yourself. I thank you all for joining me. And then bow down, sealing your practice. Have a beautiful night. And thank you all. Namaste. Thank you all. The next moon meditation, the next two will be online. It's winter here in New York, so get cozy and grab a cup of tea, and I'll see you in 2 weeks for the new moon. And you could replay and watch this on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. So have a beautiful night, and message me if you wanted to talk and vent or cry or whatever. But I'm always here, and you can leave a comment wherever you are. And sending love. Thank you. Love you all. Bye, y'all.